Earlier, we talked about to get a column from a table that will create an array. But also, we can specify by the ranges in the row to get the array as well. So let's talk about ranges. A range is an array of consecutive numbers. So we can use the np.arrange function to do that. Let's see some demo, then we come back to the summary here. In lecture 4, we show you can create an array by passing the value for all the elements. So that's we get our array. But here you see you have 0 to 1, 2 until 6. So on the other hand, you want to start from 0 less than 7. Yeah, you can call the ranges function. So a ranges function, you have different way to use that. You can pass in 1 parameter, 2 parameter, or 3 parameter. If you just pass in 1 parameter, that means you start the value with 0 less than the value you specify. So we just see the result here, you can see. So if you only pass in one value for the np.arrange, they will start have the value 0. Then integer value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until less than 7, not including 7. So you see that until 6. Or you can call the arrange function, start the 5, but end less than 11. Okay, so that you will have an array is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then of course you also can have the 3 parameter. So you can guess now, of course they start from 0, less than 20. So actually the third one is the interval. So we start from 0, then we increment by 2, then again until you see 18, because the next one will be 20, but not including 20, so they finish it here. Okay. So the same thing here. If you really want to have 20, yeah, don't forget you need to specify 21. So that's why here they have 0 every 2 as a value until 20. So that's for the integer. Of course, you can have the decimal array using the np.arrange. Okay, so here we start from 0, not equal to, end with 1, not equal to 1. Then the interval is 0.1. Okay, so that you get here. Yeah, so the arrange, you can specify the start number, end number, then the interval. Yeah, then you will ask, can we apply the negative number? Yes, we try. So you can see here that start from negative 0.1, negative 0.5. Yeah, they can do that as well, but they also show you is in the scientific notation. Okay, so that's a np.arrange function. You can specify your start value, end value, then the interval. They will create an array, the inter-array or float array. The next one we want to show you after you understand the range. Okay, so then we can do here is we have another function called take from tables. So earlier we show you select. Select, they will return and they will specify the label they return you the column, or you can using the column specify the label they give you the whole column. The other one is we also can do is take. Then you pass in the index for the row you want to display from the table. So like earlier we have warrior. Remember we have 13 players. So the index start from 0, not including the label. Okay, so then you see Stephen Curry is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first 5 players from the warriors table. Now you can have only one, or you can specify many index. Sometimes if you have more than couple index you want to specify and they are consecutive, right? Like earlier we said we have the numpy, right? Okay, so our np.arrange, you can specify. See here, if you don't specify, only have one parameter, they start with 0. So then here they will return 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So then they can be the taken argument to passing. So they will be similar as the previous one. They will passing you the first 5 players. So then we have first 5 players. How about you want to get the next 5 players? Right. So here 5 actually is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the next 5, the index will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then you can use the np.arrange. So specify, then you can get the next 5 players information. So after you get this one, the same thing, this one still is a table. Okay, so then one thing is earlier we can get all the player got their average for their salary. We can get their sum of their salary. How about now we just want the sum of the salary from the first 5 players in a warrior. Right, so then you can do this, right? So the first one we have is we get the warrior, we got the first 5 players. So then that's only got the column for their salary. Then you apply passing the whole thing to the NumPy sum. Then you got the total. Okay, so that's they got all like 98 million. Okay, so then if you compare the next 5 players, yeah, of course you can. Yeah, let's add one more cell. So then if you want to get the next 5 players, yeah, of course you can do that like earlier we have, right? We start from 5, then in less than 10. Okay, so yeah, you can see the much different. So earlier we know from the 13 player total salary is greater than the 19 players in sum. So then how about we compare the first 5 player salary from the warrior to the sum. Okay, so earlier we have the sum, all the players. Then the same thing, we got the first 5. Then we got their salary. Then we got their sum. Wow, yeah, you can see here. Yes, warriors player, the top player, they really get much more salary than the sum. Okay, so that's the take. Okay, so you can see take, you can specify the kind of the index for each player. So they got each row. They return still is the table. But because they have multiple rows, okay, you can specify the index of the row to get each row. So take, return the row. So what's different between take and the select? Select is you passing your label name. So that's why you know the name of the label. That means the name of the column. So kind of like take, you return number of the row. The content of the row you specify. Then select to return the column of the column, you know the label name, they return the multiple columns. Okay, so the take you passing by the index, select you passing by label. Then you will ask, I still have the number of the column, right? So can I pass in the number as well? Let's see here. Yeah, you can do that. But one thing is, if you pass in 1, 2, what does that mean? So this one actually let's do first. Yeah, so I add one more cell because we do have the warrior labels at the beginning, so I just don't want to move. So you can see here your labels from warriors. The first one is rank, name, position, $. So that's why you see they start from 0, 1, 2, 3. So the same thing now. You can using the select by passing the name of the label, but also you can pass in by the index as well. But don't forget your index start from 0. So that's why 1, 2, they display the name and the position. So both select and take, they work on the table. So they can work actually together one against each other. Because when we have the take, so the first thing we do the take. We using the take, we display the first 3 players. Okay, so you see here, they return the table. So if we only want the name of the first 3 players, yeah, you can have that is a table. Then we select only name. So then you see they only display the name of the first 3 players. So this one actually similar to, since you start from the beginning. So this one is similar, like show the first 3 rows. Then you do the select, then they will have the same. They have this, the similar output. Right, we say that similar, right? But even they still display, but they show you the arrow. Okay, why? We see the first thing. Let me remove our select first. Then we run again. So one thing, the reason is if you do the show only, show the first 3 rows. Yeah, actually they are not exactly the same. Okay, did you see here? When we do the take, they really display only the first 3 rows. And actually they create another table, only have the first 3 rows. But when you do the show 3, they only display the first 3. But did they see here? They say 10 rows omitted. That's me. I didn't create a new table. I just show you the first 3, but the whole table still is what? Still is the whole thing. So that's actually caused your arrow here. If you using this one, you select the name. Okay, but they only display the first 3 rows. Then the rest of that they cannot complete. So that's why they told you non-type object has no attribute as selected because they have some rows. They ignore and omit it. So that's, be careful about that. So when you do the take or select, they did create a new table. Even they just display. If you want to keep that in the future reference, you need to assign to a name. But show itself, even they just display the first 3 rows, they didn't create the new row. Sorry, they didn't create the new table. So that's you get the error here. So be careful to not using the show function change with other function. So back to our summary about the range. So you can use the np.arrange function to create an array. They have 3 different overloaded functions. If only one parameter, that just means start from 0 to the end. The interval, they will increase in an integer up to the end, not including the end. So you have 2 parameters, they will have the start value and the end value. The same thing, they are creating the integer. If you have 3 parameters, you can have the start and the end. So then the step, we call step, or the increment, they can have the float number. So that this one is the one you are not only can create the integer, the whole number array, you can create the float array. Okay, so always remember the range always include start but exclude the end. So the next topic we will talk about creating tables. We will show you 2 different ways to creating table. The first one, actually you already see that. To creating a table, we show you after we import the data science package, we use the table .read table, passing a text file. So through this file name, remember we create the NBA tables. So you can read a table from a file. So that actually is the spreadsheet. The file extension is CVS. So they are kind of Excel file, but the plain text Excel file. So also you can create a table from scratch. So then you can have the table function. It's empty table. You can column be added. So later we will show you we have different function we can work on table. We have actually we already show you. You have the select, where, sort, drop, take. They all create the new table on existing tables. but not shows, right?